Thanks very much, Blaise. Next, I want to introduce Ms. Lynn Courey, who's going to talk a little bit about her personal experience with suicide in her family as a parent and the need for earlier identification and intervention.
As Ellen said, I'm going to be sharing with you my personal story, a painful one to share, and it is important that I'm standing before you today. So thank you. 6 years ago, my daughter Sasha, a 20 years old student athlete with a 4.0 average, was yelling out to the police, "The system failed me. The system failed me." Everywhere she turned to for help, doors were slamming on her due to stigma or long wait lists. She just could not access the service she really needed. Desperate to numb her excruciating emotional pain, my daughter did an overdose. And on her dying bed, at the hospital, with tears coming down from the side of her eyes, she was telling my husband and I, "Mama, Papa, I'm sorry I broke your trust. I just couldn't live with this. I just didn't want to be a burden to you guys. I just couldn't continue living with this pain." What Sasha was talking about her emotional pain. And that was the last time that I spoke to my daughter, as she slipped into a coma and died by suicide on June 17, 2011. Since then, I promised myself that every breath I was going to take was going from this moment on not only changing the system, but transforming it. I cannot change the past, but I certainly can change the future. And families and caregivers are the front lines of mental health support, and the system needs to recognize that the families and the caregivers need support too, and we believe it will lead to better outcomes for our youth. We may think that it is hard to live with someone struggling with mental health issue. I'm telling you, it is a lot harder to live without them. After all, I want to tell you that our youth is our future. Early prevention, early intervention is key. Placing a high value on priority on suicide prevention is a great legacy to give to our youth. Thank you for listening.